Client selection, a business school module. In a moment, we're going to put the pieces of your business model together. But you already know enough to begin identifying your ideal clients. Having a clear profile, the type of client you want, and the type that will be attracted to your business model is an essential part of creating your business plan. The question, of course, is not how many clients do you need, but how few. A very important spin on words. Let's face it, with clients comes complexity. And complexity can be the killer of small businesses, small business efficiency, and thus profits. You want the fewest clients necessary to do what? Achieve your earnings goal most easily and with the most enjoyment. It would be helpful to know, even though all jobs are different and all clients are different, what the average value of a client is. Knowing the average value of a client can be extremely helpful, as you'll see in a moment. Suppose, for example, that you have an earnings goal of $100,000, what you want to take out of your business, and overhead expenses from the previous segment as follows. $25,000 for personnel. Remember, this does not include yours, and at this low level, I'm obviously thinking about a sole practitioner that perhaps has a part-time decorator, bookkeeper, receptionist. Facilities of $17,500, outsourcing of $7,500, technology of $4,500, marketing of $11,500. The total of these numbers, including the earnings goal for this firm, is $166,000. That is what I would call the contribution margin. Total contribution margin required, $166,000. We talked about this in a previous segment. Now, let's suppose you plan to bill a third of your time, or approximately 660 hours, at $115 an hour. Can you do the math from here to determine what this company, this individual must do in order to earn $100,000? Well, 660 hours times $115 an hour is the easy part. That's $75,900. Now, remember our formula from a previous segment? There it is again, a little simple algebra in which I've assumed a 35% profit margin on product sales. The result, $257,428. So to earn $100,000, with the overhead this particular individual put into place, their strategic choices about core competencies. They must bill those 660 hours and then must sell $257,000 of product at an average profit margin of 35%. Now, back to how few clients do you need in order to make that business model successful? Well, one, if they'll pay design fees of $75,900 and purchase a little over $250,000 worth of products. Or two, if they'll pay half of those numbers each. Or 10, if they'll pay design fees of under $8,000 and purchase just a little over $25,000 of product. See where this is going? Which of those models makes more sense for you in terms of your core competency, your marketing? Can you do the math? The decisions you made about your business model, including core competencies and overhead costs, will determine the type of client you will be most successful in pursuing. What is the average value of your ideal client? And how few of them do you need? Understand how the strategic decisions you make about your business model and your operating overhead must match up to the average value of an ideal client. How few do you need? Why will they be attracted to you? Why will the choices you've made cause them to select you over another designer? Those are the strategic questions you must answer. Now that you have a vision of the activity that must occur in order to meet the earnings goal you've set with the business model you've designed, you'll want to know how to get those ideal clients. We'll look at that in the next module.